Hey guys, Matt with Flying V with another Flying VDU, and today we're going to talk about Jake decoys. Poses, postures, what do they mean, what do they signify, and when and where to use them, and when have we found our best successes using a Jake decoy. If you guys like our Flying VDUs, go ahead and click the link right here. We got a playlist full of stuff, turkey stuff, waterfowl stuff. We go through a lot of different gear ideas, hacks, tips, tactics, strategies. Go ahead and click that link. If you guys have anything you want us to talk about, or you see us doing something that you don't quite know about, or you want to learn more, go ahead and throw it in the comments right here and we will do our best to make another video. Let's go ahead and dive right in to the Jake decoys. So everybody has seen or used the Jake decoy in the past. We use them situationally, and in this video I hope that I can help you kind of narrow the focus on which decoy to use, which one to buy, and when and why. So we're going to start with this Dave Smith decoy. By the way, all these are Dave Smith decoys. That's basically all we use. They are the most durable, most realistic. They are the best decoy on the market. It's hands down. And you can argue with me, but I will win that argument. We're going to start with the 3/4 Strut Jake. And if you listen to Dave, he actually considers this a half strut Jake, which I do as well. And you can see his fan's not out, it's still tucked. He does have his hackles up a little bit, but for the most part, he is a tiny, puny little Jake that's just looking to get into something, whether it be fight with another Jake or fight with another Tom or kind of position himself in the flock, or he's looking to go and breed a hen and hopefully in this scenario one of your decoys so that a Tom can come in and see that and then attack him. What we have found with all these Jake decoys, if you run a Jake decoy, the Tom is going to go to the Jake decoy, not the hen. The hen is literally just there as a decoy, right? It is to show that he is going after her. So never, at least we don't, ever run a Jake decoy on their own. They're always paired with at least one other hen decoy. Starting with this half strut, 3/4 strut Jake, I got two versions here. One is a white head and one is a red head. Well, when would you use a white head versus a red head? Why would I buy a white head versus a red head? If you go to the Dave Smith Decoys website and you're going to buy one, they give you the option. Do you want a red head or a white head? Well, here's the difference. The white head is a very calm, more of a breeding color phase. So when a bird comes in, if his head is white, he is looking to breed that hen. Whatever you have told him and he's approaching, he is looking to breed. He's not in a fight state. He's not in a flight state. He is in a breeding state. This is a fairly calming and relaxing state. This bird is not looking to fight. He actually thinks that he's going to get laid here in a second. So when a Tom comes in and he sees this, he A, knows that this hen is looking to breed, and B, knows that this bird is not looking to fight. His mind is on something else. It's that hen. Versus the redhead. The redhead is the opposite. The redhead is an aggressive color phase. You see a lot of redheads, right? When you're out scouting around or you see turkeys just on their own. There are a lot of times they're red, and so they're either in a fight or flight mode when that head is red. This is more of a trance. They're kind of being hypnotized. This one is, I could go either way. But when a bird comes into a red head, they are expecting to fight. And so what you see is these birds that come into a Jake decoy like this with a red head, they will instantly get up to it and spur it in the head. They're done with it. He's looking to fight. They're looking to fight. Rarely do you ever see a white head come in when you have a red head in your little spread and flock there while you're hunting. Now, if you're running just a hen decoy, he may see it and turn white. But as soon as he sees this, at least from our experience, most of the time he changes colors and comes in and whoops the Jake's ass. So, two totally different scenarios being portrayed by the exact same decoy. this decoy gets ran in our camp pretty often. I would say 40% of the time we're running one of these Jake decoys, and they just flat work, man. This pose, it's been copied by a lot of brands out there now. At this point, there's a bunch of decoys on the market that look like this, especially with the red head. This decoy pose is a killer, and you will have a very aggressive reaction to this when you run it in your decoy spread. Okay, moving on to the DSD posturing Jake. So this Jake is, although bigger than this decoy, he's the same size bird. So when you put a full-grown tom next to this bird, he is tiny. He is not a big bird, although he's quite a bit bigger than this. It's because his fan is out. He is like truly a 3/4 strut posturing Jake. He's ready to either fight and when a Jake or a tom sees this, Jakes will run away from this because they're a little bit too big, right? I haven't had Jakes attack this decoy like I have them attack this one. But toms, on the other hand, when they come in and they see this bird, they are instantly going to go to war with him. And they start with the head, they'll bow right up to his chest, and they'll jump up, they'll spur him in the head, and it's game over for him. This bird has been shot a bunch of times because you're shooting that tom right over the top of this decoy, right? So when you're running the hen decoys, you can shoot him when he's kind of on the edge or when he postures up right behind her. This decoy, he is on top of it, and when you shoot it, like he is right there. So there's pellets all over inside these things, and I can't speak highly enough about the Dave Smith decoy and the ACE technology that they use inside of these decoys, because they truly are fully functional. They never break. It's all self-healing. So when you do shoot these are made to shoot. And if you look, there's a video back in the day, I don't know if it's still online or not, but they actually took one of these Jake decoys, I believe it was one of these right in the beginning when they first started making them with the soft plastic. They just threw it out there, rear it up to it, boom, shoot that decoy from like me to you away. And they pick up the decoy, rattle it, there's a bunch of pellets inside of it, and the decoy looks damn near identical to what it did when it got set down. So it's just a testament to the durability of these things, and they can be shot. So don't be afraid to shoot that bird when he's right over the top of this decoy. I know you spend a bunch of money on it. It's gonna heal, it's gonna last a long time. So don't even worry about it. Shoot your bird. The posturing Jake is a really cool decoy. It puts a big profile out in the field or in the woods. If you pair it with some sort of motion system, you know, you get that side angle, right? You get that fan moving. This will kill birds, but it is a big decoy. So it's not the most mobile version, but it's also not the biggest one they make. I really like this decoy. We run it 10% of the time. Almost every time we run it, we kill one with it though. It's just another tool in the bag, right? Lastly is Hank the Humper over here. He is a Jake decoy that's the same size as the posturing Jake for the most part, but he's got his head tucked and he's in a breeding position, coupled with and only with the breeding hen. Here's why. When a tom comes in and he sees this decoy and this pose and this motion, he knows that what's happening here he doesn't like. He wants to be the man on top, right? So he needs to come in and he will instantly upon seeing this thing, come and try to knock this over and beat this Jake's ass, which is great, but it happens really fast. We've seen even Merriams, and they're not runners. Like they walk, but they don't run into the decoy spread like an Eastern does. When they see this decoy, they run. And I'm going to show you here kind of how this whole thing works. So there's just a little snap swivel here on the back with a little eye loop in the tail. And then there's a slot that runs underneath this breeding hen all the way from the tail, and it comes out her chest. It's a grooved out slot so you can run this cord. It also comes with 2 of these eye bolts and eye screws, and what these do is these allow you to run it and then snap it in here and put this down to keep it out of the weeds. And if you have to angle it, it provides that tension. So if I need him pointed that way, but I need to pull it from this side with this in the ground, it allows me to do that, right? So It's really just to guide the line so it stays close to the ground, doesn't get tripped on by a bird, but also provides that tension to be able to pull seamlessly and smoothly. These come with it, and they can be replaced when you leave them out there accidentally really easily at your local Ace Hardware. Here's the motion that the birds hate. Here's bird, he's out there in the field, you're on the edge of the field, and you have this decoy set up. You're clucking at him, purring at him, cutting at him, whatever you're doing, yelp, he comes out, he looks up, he's looking for something. This is the movement here. Hank the Humper's just going to town over here in the corner of the field, and he don't like it. I'm here to tell you, you get a tom to see this movement right here, he is going to come running, it is going to happen fast, and it's going to be really aggressive. This bird is not the easiest to set up, right? It's not as easy as running a 3/4 Jake, but if you have time, and you know there's a bird on a routine and he's going through an open field and you need visibility, and this bird has just been giving you the slip and he's always got a hen or two with him or whatever the case may be, this is worth trying, because when they see this movement right here, it's game over, man. It is game over. And they will attack this bird at a high level. It could be one, it could be two, it could be 3 toms. We've had 3 toms on top of this thing before, and they don't stop. As soon as he falls over, and he doesn't really fall over a whole lot, but as soon as he gets tipped over, they're right on top of her behind him. Like they are not wasting any time to go ahead and mount and breed this hen here. So this is a decoy that's really fun to use. That's our Jake decoy setup. Again, we don't ever run Jakes alone. We always pair them with a hen or two, whether it be a leading hen, or maybe you got this guy and he's got a feeder over here and he's got a leading hen out front of him, right? Maybe you put this with the breeding hen. You got the breeding hen sitting down here and you don't have time to set up this movement, or you know it's going to be kind of a run and gun sort of deal, so you don't want to have to string it all up and get that motion and all that. So maybe you run this Jake and you put him 6 feet behind her with another feeding hen or something. Just something to keep it, make it seem really relaxed, really just natural is what you're trying to do with these. But these Jakes, what they ultimately do for you as a hunter is they invoke this instinctual response from a tom, especially an approaching tom, to just get in there and establish dominance right now. And that is the scenario we want to be in, especially when you're out in the turkey woods this spring and you're trying to kill one of those big mature gobblers. So if you guys like this video and you want to learn more about Jake decoys, or you have questions, or maybe you have a scenario maybe we can help out with, help guide you in the right direction of which Jake to buy, feel free to throw it in the comments. Happy to answer and help in any way we can. If you like the flying VDUs, go ahead and click the link. We got lots more VDUs out there, and we're going to be doing a bunch on turkey this spring. So if you like the setup, you like how we're doing it, go ahead and click that link and go check them out. Again, we appreciate it. Like, subscribe. All the support has been really fun, and we're here for you guys, and we're here to do more. So we'll catch you on the next one.